Welcome to Hobby Clubhouse for the review of the HGUC Jurisdis Sinistra Dictus, which is one of the oddest mobile suits ever made into a model kit. The mobile suit comes from the absolute madman Yuichi Hasegawa and his Crossbone Gundam Steel 7 comic. It has a chest face, it turns into a giant hand, so either it's the product of an astounding genius, or it's the dumbest thing ever. And you know what? You'll have no idea which one it is. So, let's have a look. The box is a standard HGUC fare measuring 31 by 20 by 8 centimeters. It's thoroughly Bandai too, with monochrome prints and a photo in place of an elaborate illustration. The sides don't have any studio shots or kit information, and that's all you'll get from the outside. Inside the box, we get 14 runners, with 4 of them being clear green beam parts, and 1 of them being clear yellow beam saber parts. You'll immediately notice the incredible sheen because all the purple and white parts on the kit are made with Bandai's gloss injection method, so it looks great. Except that the kit is not undergated, so you'll see some nasty gashes from your cuts here and there on the kit. For printed materials, we get a full color manual with a bit of info on the Dictus, and the backside printed in black and white. There's a small sheet of stickers that's just for the eyes. There are 2 fixed ones, and then there's a black sticker with eyes where you can freely place anywhere you like, and there are also 2 spare eyes. The stickers go onto the back of the mask and they're neatly tucked in. The Dictus is not a complex mobile suit, but it will take you longer than you think to put it together, simply because you can't make heads or tails of the pieces on the runner, and you will have to rely on the guidance of the instructions, even if you're a seasoned modeler. It took a little over an hour and a half to finish the kit, and cleaning the parts with a knife will take you more time as to not damage too much of the glossy surface. And the completed Dictus stands rather tall and is certainly eye-catching with its color split right down the middle. The goofy eyeball that looks like something out of Sesame Street has the iris done in red plastic and a hole for a black pupil. And you didn't see that wrong. The chest is indeed a big monster face. Why? Because Mr. Hasegawa says, why the hell not? And he ain't done yet. The goofy eye is a beam cannon, and that's why there are yellow beam blades in the box. As far as I know, Bandai never gave us beam blades as shooting effect parts, so this is the first, even if people have been using it for that way forever now. The hole also fits Build Fighter Nin pulse beams, so it also fits a good number of other effect parts, so you can go nuts with it. The Dictus only has a single fist on the right hand, and the entire left hand is a giant pincer with a pair of beam guns hinged on the shoulder, but the insides are entirely hollow. The back of the upper torso is shaped like a trash can, and underneath it is a backskirt armor, which has gray parts sticking out, which are supposed to be feather funnels. But ours don't come off, and are there just for show. You can see that the kit can be easily mirrored to make the Libras Dextras Dictus. Mr. Hasegawa basically did Bandai's job for them years ago, working remolds and recolors right into the DNA of his MS designs. I sure hope Bandai sends up a cake or something to thank him for being so considerate. For the articulation, the Dictus is strange, but it's also very simple. The arms can swing a full circle with nothing getting in its way, and the arm itself can rotate along the shoulder, and a double joint of the elbows allows something like a 110-degree bend. The yellow protrusion can swing up and down a little bit, and you'll notice the inner side is quite hollowed out and is a little bit ugly. The fist can rotate around fully without any trouble, and the right hand is largely the same except that it has a larger yellow thing, and it also swings up and down along a single axis. And the beam guns swing up and down, like so. The waist consists of a single ball joint, and it goes forward maybe about 30 degrees, and backwards to barely over 10 degrees. It can't do much of a crunch, but it does rotate all the way around without any obstructions. The back skirt with the feather funnels can swing back and forth a little bit, and the legs kick all the way up to do a can-can dance kick, and then go all the way back until it hits the back skirt. The knees fold to a nearly 180 degrees thanks to the shape of the shin armor. And the clown shoes feet on the bottom goes forward a little bit and then backwards a little bit more. They do route from side to side as well, so they'll always be well planted onto the ground. Next, for weapons, we get a variety of beam parts and a really large beam axe. For the production shots, I thought the beam parts were the ones from the MG Unicorn's beam javelin, but it seems to be a whole new part here. You slide it on, then sandwich the fists around it, and the Dictus now has an axe. It looks wonderful, but a big problem with it is that the sleeve blocks the arms from rotating now. And in this angle, you can only pose the axe in an awkward ceremonial pose. It's a sad blemish on an excellent articulation. The other green beams go onto the yellow parts on the arms. Officially, they're only supposed to be on the arms in its mobile suit form, but nothing is stopping you from sticking them onto the toes either, to make them twice the melee. I know Mr. Hasegawa would say, sure, why the hell not? And now we've come to the second half of the fun, the giant hand MA mode. To transform, you first take off the mouth of the chest face, and you also need to pull off the smaller actual face. The small face goes onto this extension part, which looks ever so slightly unsettling. Next, you unhook the arms, which actually have an extra joint tucked away. You lower the arms down before replacing the mouth part with a different open one. They lock the arms into their downward position, so you do have to do this in the right order. Then you sweep each of the limbs into a forward rake, and you have what looks quite convincingly like a giant hand. The Jurisdis Sinistra Dictus, or the left hand of justice. Now you may ask, isn't this just the mobile suit turned on its head? Yes, but you're missing the point. It's a giant hand, and you don't have anything like that on your shelf, and you need it. You can stick all 4 beam parts onto it, and the hand becomes a deadly gripping machine, and there really is nothing else like it. The Aegis Gundam comes close, but that I don't really know what it's supposed to be, but it isn't a Chimera Cat flying giant space hand. Now, to put it on a display, you rock open this panel on the back and pull it off. Inside is access to a polycap, but it only works with action bases 4 and 5, which comes with this adapter. The other action bases' 3mm pegs don't reach deep enough, and they will not work. You really do need an action base to keep it suspended in space for display, so if you do like this MA form, you'll need to give it an action base. But all in all, this is one for the truly diehard fans. The Crossbone comics never got the love it deserves outside of all the Crossbone Gundams, and I'm sure the fans are all excited to have this. But that brings us to the 3-point verdict's first point. First, the Jurisdis Sinistra Dictus is not for everyone. Everything about it goes against convention, and the only consistent thing about it is that nothing is sensible. With the context of the comics, it's a lovable thing for being so insane, but it is insane, and to some people, it'll be just that and nothing else. Second, it's beautifully textured. The gloss injection covers the entire body, which shines over the curved body like some hot wax alien monster face sports car. The split-colored look is also hard to ignore with the striking contrast of the elegant white with the sinister-looking deep dark purple. Even if you don't like the design, the texture will make you look twice. Lastly, it's something different. People give Bandai a hard time for giving us either boxy, Gundam-esque mobile suits or round, Zaku-esque mobile suits, but rarely anything else. And this is something else. Oh man, is it something else. It delights in the same way the Woundmort and the Man Roddy were praised by modelers. You owe it to yourself to experience building something this odd. So that's it for our look at the HGUC Jurisdis Sinistra Dictus. I don't know why Bandai greenlit this kit, and I think they're out of their minds, but am I ever so glad they did. Thank you for watching, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to receive notifications for new videos, and come hang out with us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time.